Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on King John. Today we get to hear from primarily King John, but a couple quick words from Hubert in Act 4, Scene 2, which is the scene wherein everything goes wrong for King John. King John learns that France is building an army to fight against him because they're not happy that he took Arthur prisoner. He finds out that Arthur is dead, which he isn't really because Hubert didn't have the heart to kill him, but King John doesn't know that just yet. He finds out that the people in general are very upset at the fact that Arthur is and or would be dead. And yeah, even though he had himself coronated again, even all the guys around him were like, that was really not necessary and kind of a stupid thing to do, and how dare you kill Arthur because he was a good guy, and blah, 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 all of this fun stuff. So he has sent Philip the Bastard off to try to stop Salisbury and Pembroke from letting people know that Arthur is dead. And he had a brief moment to be like, oh, my mother, because his mom is dead and Constance is dead. It's probably better for King John that Constance is dead, but still, they're like, there's a lot of new information for King John in this scene. And he gets to have a little chat with Hubert, random token citizen Hubert, who's like, yeah, the people are really upset that Arthur is dead. And King John is like, well, then why did you kill him? And Hubert's like, because you kind of told me to. And King John is like, I'm surrounded by idiots. Just because I was musing on a potential future for things and stuff, that doesn't mean that somebody had to actually go and kill him. And Hubert's like, here's the document wherein it's written and you signed it and sealed it that says that I was supposed to poke Arthur's eyes out with hot pokers. And King John says, oh, when the last accompt twixt heaven and earth is to be made, then shall this hand and seal witness against us to damnation. How oft the sight of means to do ill deeds makes deeds ill done. Hadst not thou been by, a fellow by the hand of nature marked, quoted, and signed to do a deed of shame, this murder had not come into my mind. But, taking note of thy abhorred aspect, finding thee fit for bloody villainy, apt, liable to be employed in danger, I faintly broke with thee of Arthur's death, and thou, to be endeared to a king, made it no conscience to destroy a prince. My lord, hadst thou but shook thy head, or made a pause when I spake darkly what I purposed, or turned an eye of doubt upon my face, as bid me tell my tale in express words, deep shame had struck me dumb, made me break off, and those thy fears might have wrought fears in me. But thou didst understand me by my signs, and didst in signs again parley with sin, yea, without stop, didst let thy heart consent, and consequently thy rude hand to act the deed which both our tongues held viled to name. Out of my sight, and never see me more. My nobles leave me, and my state is braved, even at my gates with ranks of foreign powers, nay, in the body of this fleshly land, this kingdom, this confine of blood and breath, hostility and civil tumult reigns between my conscience and my cousin's death. So, what he's doing here is passing the buck. He's blaming Hubert for the fact that he told Hubert to kill Arthur. We saw it a couple scenes ago. He expressly said death in respect to Arthur, but now that he knows that the death of Arthur is a thing that the people don't want, he's like, no, no, no. It was you, like I was just chatting, Hubert, but then I saw you, who looks like a murderer, who looks like a guy who is ready to do some bad things, and had you not walked by, I would not have thought to do bad things, but there you were, and at my slightest little mention of perhaps something vaguely bad happening to Arthur, you took that and decided you should kill him. So this is like, if you had questioned me or looked at me funny or given me a tiniest bit of side eye, that would have thrown me off of my bare mention that maybe something bad should happen to Arthur, and I wouldn't have done this, and then you wouldn't have gone and killed him and whatever, and things are so bad now. But really, Hubert, it's all your fault. We as the audience know it wasn't Hubert's fault. King John basically told him to do it. And Hubert, token citizen Hubert, who likes to speak his mind, because we've seen this in previous scenes where he's like, yeah, neither of y'all won the war, so you decide amongst yourselves who the king is. Hubert is like, okay, settle down, calm yourself, breathe. Arthur is actually still alive. I didn't kill him. I've never killed anybody. I don't want to kill anybody. I'm not a murderer. I don't look like a murderer. I don't know what you're talking about saying that I look like a murderer, but I didn't kill him. And King John is like, he's not dead. Well, quick, run and tell the people that he's not dead, because they need to know that I did not kill Arthur, that this isn't even a thing that happened. And that's the end of scene 4, or Act 4, Scene 2, is King John telling Hubert to go and clear his name because he feels it should be cleared. Which I guess technically it should, because Arthur's not dead, but King John wanted him dead. But you gotta love Hubert for calling him out on it. Anyway, I will see you tomorrow for more Shakesyear when we get into Act 4, Scene 3, and what happens with Arthur, who is not dead, but who is on the lam. And does King John's name ever get cleared? I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow for more. Mwah.